Hey guys, I am going to talk today about the triple threat, and there's 3 rules to becoming successful, and they are willpower, perseverance, and the third one I never really thought of it, but it was resistance to temptation, the temptation to never quit and keep going through the battle. I guess as well, there was a lot of studies done, so there was, and it was done on kids, and it was showing that the kids, when they didn't, when they were tempted and stuff like that, and they'd no control over their temptation, they were more, in later years, more prone to have drug addictions, drink addictions, and even suffer from obesity and stuff like that. So and then the kids that had more resistance to waiting and that, they normally achieved a lot more in any domain that they went into. So it was very interesting to find this out. But also people that take it probably to extremes are a group called the Amish. And the Amish, they go like without electricity, they go without any type of machinery. The kids are made to be very obedient from a very young age, and they even go to church for 2 hours, have to sit through ceremonies of 2 hours, the kids, and there seems to be no play with that in that group. But they even did studies with them, which was interesting, and they found if the kids were to go out and collect apples for the parents, they would work until the parents said, it's time to stop. But then English kids they did the test on, and they found that they would just get bored after 10 minutes, then they'd be climbing trees, and the obedience level was very low. Now in the Amish, they kind of believe not to judge people and stuff like that, but they did come out and say, they think the biggest abuse to a child is to let them watch all the trash on TV. So they must think, even though they say they're not superior to anyone, they must think it slightly. So in that group, it's a nice meaning, they're thinking of being equal, all of them. No one is above anyone, and you'll see kind of in if you see them on TV or pictures, they all wear the same clothes, same house, everything like that. It's a nice concept, but the world would be a bit boring if everyone was the same. So for me, I'm all about balance and to have no play and to be so serious in life. It wouldn't be a life I would want to live, or would want kids and different things like that. But I definitely do believe in the balance of having some perseverance. I know myself, looking back at my life, I remember I won Student of the Year in college, and it wasn't because I was the best, it was because I never missed a day off college, and I took that into work. When I went into work, I never missed any days unless I was extremely sick. So when you do persevere and you take down your temptations, as you call them, it actually sometimes becomes natural to you, and they don't seem like temptations. It just seems normal, not to miss any days of work. I remember drinking as well. For me, I remember when I was 18, I read this hypnosis book, and I ended up reading every book he wrote on hypnosis, and basically one was to never drink again. And I never, that year I never drank beer ever again in my life, but that year when I read the hypnosis book, I never drank any drink all year when I was 18 and I was studying for my exams. And then I went and I drank fruity drinks, because I didn't think, they would taste like a mineral to me, and then I started drinking again and stuff. But I remember I'd be on and off drinking, and now, I remember giving it up for a whole year, and I hadn't drank for a whole year, and I was like, I'm away to a festival, and Jesus, I drank the whole way up in the car. I couldn't even walk, and I just ended up sitting in the car, I was that drunk. But which is really bad. But better days have arrived for me. In the last 4 years, I actually have drank by twice. every in 1 year, in each year, and this year I never drank it, and now I just feel like I never want to drink again. But I have changed my lifestyle around where I go hiking and I go and do other things, and I find the most boring thing is to sit in a pub and that. But so temptations, you think they're temptations like chocolate and all that, and eating, but you can train yourself in such a way that they don't become temptations to you anymore. They seem nothing to you. They have no relevance. But yeah, but another thing about the study, there was a sad kind of thing about the study, was they found people that came from poverty and abusive families, they couldn't resist. They needed a quick fix, maybe because they had no love in their hearts and that, and they went through a lot of pain. And yeah, they couldn't tolerate resistance, so they couldn't, and temptation. And they went for the quick fix all the time, and you know, and instead of waiting for a long time and getting the full reward. So that was interesting to know. And I definitely feel in life it should be a balance, but there should definitely be no poverty in the world, and there shouldn't be abuse in the world, and there definitely should not be war. So it saddens me that those things do exist. But I think everyone, if they're going to try and change their lives bit by bit, step by step, we can work on eliminating all those kind of things. The other thing that struck me I really liked was Michael Jordan. He was asked, and you'll find this with a lot of successful people, when they're asked how they were so successful, they'll talk about all their failures. And their failures, he said, which I really liked, is I've lost 300 games and I've missed 9,000 shots, and I have failed over and over and over again, and this is why I have succeeded. And I like that, because even though it is hard to fail and get up again, but it will make you more stronger and powerful. And as well, try and learn from other people's mistakes. That's why I say read some books and read some biographies, to learn from other people's mistakes and through their failures, how they triumphed. The other thing was that I learned, you know, a great book I read there, well, it was about poverty and different things, but it was about the people that have the triple triple threat, are the people who, I suppose, the 5,000 years of culture, very cultural, advanced country, and not like Australia that's only 100 years old, or I suppose America that's only 200 years history, but 5,000 years, and that is the Chinese. And you'll see they actually have the triple threat. And if you hang out with people from China, which I have before, they're very simplistic life, very simple life. You'll notice that the lowest rate of you know, I suppose of drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and I guess you never hear of them you know, young kids having teenagers, pregnancy, high rate of pregnancy, you know, in teenagers or anything like that. So they seem to be getting something right. So it's always good when you notice that in a country to look to them. There's two famous philosophers from China, and I'm not going to give their names away, you should look into it yourself, but you should read up about them. And the culture in China is very rich. You know, if you look through the history, they invented pizza, they invented spaghetti, they invented actually most things, and it's a real privilege to look into their history. So they seem to be getting something right, and yeah, they definitely have the triple threat in bucketfuls. But come here, it is starting to rain, as it always does in Ireland, you know. I'm just immune to it now. But yeah, I will talk to you soon. I have to dash, I have to run into the house. Okay, see you, bye.